COVID-19 COVID-19 has brought many disruptions in our life, and we all are struggling hard to overcome these challenges. Learning without classes is something we have never ever imagined. But I take pride in saying that our students and faculties have gone the extra mile and made this online learning as effective as on campus classes. Being a management student, we all know that case studies play a vital role in shaping our personalities and perceptions. So today we have Dr. Sheenu Jain with us. Dr. Sheenu Jain is Associate Professor, Marketing Chair, Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship, CIIE, and Chair Marketing and Communications at IIHMR University. She has worked for a short stint with Jaipur Rugs as Assistant General Manager, Marketing and Communication. Prior to this, she was the faculty in the Assistant General Marketing Assistant. Prior to this, she was faculty in the area of marketing and entrepreneurship at Jaipuria Institute of Management, Jaipur. She has over 15 years of experience in academia, consulting, startup training, digital marketing, and student mentorship. She has earned her PhD in green marketing. She holds a multidisciplinary master's degree in MBA marketing, MCOM, and MSc Applied Psychology. She headed the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation as a young management scholar at IIM Calcutta for about 3 years. She is also a ISB Hyderabad certified entrepreneurship educator. She is also a certified master trainer from the Wadhwani Foundation on entrepreneurship education and marketing tools. She has closely worked with the Ministry of Northeast, CII, and Indian Chamber of Commerce on various joint programs. She has, to her credit, more than 30 papers published in various referred journals of national and international repute. She has conducted various management development programs in different spheres of sales, leadership, negotiation skills, marketing management, and served as a resource person for various in-house training programs and corporates. She has enjoyed numerous positions of responsibility in various capacities. She is the recipient of numerous meritorious awards throughout her academic career. She is also the recipient of the Young Achiever Award, various Samaj Gaurav Awards. A competent writer works as a freelancer with Times of India Tribune, The Statesman, DNA Academy, etc. She has recently released a book on demonetization and digital economy. We are so delighted to have you among us today, ma'am. So now I request Dr. Renu Parik, ma'am, HOD of Management, to kindly welcome our guest with a welcome note.
Thank you so much, Elena. I'm very honored to have on behalf of JCRC University and Faculty of Management, Dr. Sheenu Jain with us. Continuously, we are talking about the transformation in education policy, which has been introduced by the UGC also, which says it NEP 21, where we are moreover focusing upon learning rather than teaching. So it has become a perplexing issue for educator, and beyond that, it has become an issue for a student also, how to switch from teaching to learning or how to adopt a learning environment. In a management education, like you have been, all the students are there with us since one year, and I do call you as a management aspirant, and we are continuously talking about a case study, case study. Use the to the faculties also use case study as a teaching tool. To the students also start study through a case study. But again, this term case analysis, case study is always catches us to go beyond the learning in the classroom and to go beyond the learning itself. So first, I would like to thank Sheenu ma'am to adopting or to selecting such a beautiful title, which says demystifying the case analysis. If you go for the Hindi meaning of this particular word, so that word says rahasyopadam. That says how to solve this case study. It is actually a rahasya for everyone. So how to go about it? When you talk about the finance, marketing, HR, business communication, a lot of papers are there, and you can adopt this case study method, case study tool in each and every subject. So a very beautiful term has been selected by the ma'am, and I would not taking so much of time. And personally, also I would like to say to everyone, then this is the right time selected by Jyoti ma'am to conduct this series. Reason being, you all are having your midterm examination on 12th of July, and this time, as we have already informed you, that we are going for the open book examination or case study examination. So thank you so much, Jyoti ma'am, for selecting the right time. I'm very much sure that all the students will take a lot of benefits out of this session. And a very great or a big thanks to Sheenu ma'am for sharing her time out of this her busy schedule, and specifically talking about the case study and case study analysis. Thank you so much, ma'am. On behalf of Faculty of Management, all the students, all the faculties, I welcome you in this session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
The session is
Can I request all the participants to please turn off your audio? It is creating disturb. Or the technical team, kindly mute everyone except Sheenu ma'am or Elena.
So, Alina, can we proceed?
All right. So thank you so much. Firstly, thank you so much, Renu ma'am, for beautifully decoding it. And I am thankful to you, to Jyoti and Elena for such a humble introduction. I think you all can understand I'm a faculty of marketing, so we love bragging about ourselves. It's not that I'm too good into it, but it's just that, you need to put something on paper. Otherwise, people don't talk about you. So, okay. Very good morning to one and all here. We got like 55 minutes on our hand. I'll try and do a justice with it. Are you all comfortable listening in English, or you're looking for English? What? How do we put it?
We are comfortable in English.
Comfortable, perfect. So I'll use a mixed blend of it. I'll tell you an experience. I'm a graduate from a normal B school, and we never had those 20, 30, 40 pages case studies. So when I went to IIM Calcutta, my first nightmare was reading a 60-page case study, and classes were all about, having those case discussions in the class. So if you don't know how to read 60 pages, actually you are out of class because you don't understand what's going on there. No faculty used to come and teach us. Then I used to wonder, what is this these faculty are doing? They are charging huge amount of money, but they don't do anything. They make us slog and read through these big cases and analyze it. But then at the end of the day, I think we realize that management education is all about practical. Management education is all about understanding the business problems. So when you look around it, what is the scenario? What is the situation in which a businessman has faced an issue? A company, an organization, a character has faced an issue, and how those issues have to be solved. Now, the next question that we all come across is, how do we read such big cases and analyze it and come to a solution? So we're going to talk a bit about it. Please feel free, comfortable to speak in between wherever you face any issue. Please raise your hand and let me know. I'll come back to you. Let me share my screen with you. Hope it is visible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So I'll not talk about a brief about myself because Elena has enough spoken about me, but I believe everyone is doing great in this pandemic time, and I'm glad that all of you have adopted the technology and moving through the technology so seamlessly. And let's come to the topic. we're going to talk about case studies. So management education is all about case studies. It has become an inherent part of our curriculum. I would say it's a useful learning tool because it makes you understand things. It makes you feel the complexities of the real world environment. It is little offbeat from models and theories, but it helps you to use a lot of your theoretical concepts and bring them into practice. So that is why I feel cases are very, very important. During the part of presentation, I'm going to tell you what are the different types of cases and how and where you can use them. Some of the objectives that we have in mind is diagnosing the problems or issues in the case, right? I'm sure all of you go to doctor at some point of time when we are sick or ill. Let's say if I'm down with fever, what do I go and tell the doctor? Anyone who would like to answer?
So, ma'am, whatever or however you are feeling, that you would inform to the doctor that I'm
Right,
feeling low.
Yeah, so you'll say I'm feeling low and I'm down with fever and please give me medicines, right? That's what we generally do. If it is like, you had continuously the last 3 days fever and so you reach to the conclusion that you need to go to doctor. Now, what does the doctor do when you go to doctor?
Ma'am, he looks for symptoms and the things you have been experiencing and studies the body behavior to understand what's exactly wrong.
Right. So is fever a problem or is fever a cause?
Ma'am, it's the problem that
Fever is a
and
problem,
yes, ma'am.
but fever is happening because of variety of reasons.
Yes, ma'am.
What could be those reasons? You may not have slept well in last few days. You may got drenched in rain. You may have come across some COVID patient, or it could be n number of reasons because of which you had fever, right? But for all the reasons, you had one medicine that, okay, let's take Crocin or Calpol or Dolo, anything, and then your fever will get sorted, right? But before getting the cure of fever, what do? We try and understand the root cause of the problem, right? And the solution should not be for problem. The solution should be the causes of the problem. And that's what exactly the case studies are all about. But many times what we try to do, fever ho raha hai, headache ho raha hai, chalo dawai le lo. Headache kyun ho raha hai? We don't try and understand. Probably if we understand why we are having a regular headache, we will reduce the occurrence of headache. So similarly, when you are analyzing a case, please don't analyze only problem. Analyze the issues, analyze the key causes of the problem because of which the problem is occurring. And that requires deeper understanding of cases. And because people generally don't do it. So if there is a 5-page, 6-page, 8-page case, I always suggest read it first once as a story. Read it twice to understand and mark your point. And read it thrice to have an appropriate solution for a case, which most of us tend to avoid it. सोचते हैं एक ही बार पढ़ के boring लग रहा है, अब नहीं करना है. But अगर आप problem का direct solution लिखने जाएंगे, so there are chances that your solution may not be the right solution. Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? You need to understand why they have occurred to consider variety of solutions and justify what you believe to be the best solution. Again, there will be always be a question that whether there is a right answer or wrong answer of cases. We'll come back to this point. So, but I always used to wonder why we need to write those case analysis, because this is happening in the other organization. What happened to Cadbury? What I have to do with it? Or what happened in Coca-Cola, or what happened in Maggie, or some scenario in Maruti? What I have to do with it? उस कंपनी में हुआ है। ऐसे तो जब हमें मैनेजमेंट सॉल्यूशन सिचुएशंस पढ़ाई जाती है तो हमेशा ये कहा जाता है कि every problem is independent to the organization, independent to the person. Then what is the point of doing case analysis? Don't you think it's a criminal waste of time and energy? Do you agree, guys? Or you don't agree?
No, ma'am.
No?
I don't agree.
You don't agree, so then you need to give me an answer. Why you don't agree?
Ma'am, because case studies let us know where someone did a mistake. And
Mhm.
if we get to know that where someone failed, and if we are going into the same field, we can learn
Mhm.
from their mistakes and
Mhm.
avoid them to in order to be successful.
But आप उस सेम सिचुएशन आपके पास कैसे आएगी? अब मारुति इज से लेट्स से 100 करोड़ कंपनी, आप जिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या जिस सिनेरियो में काम कर रहे हैं वो तो ऐसा सिनेरियो होगा ही नहीं, अलग होगा। तो देन हाउ विल यू लर्न फ्रॉम देयर मिस्टेक्स? कैन यू?
Ma'am, everyone started from an initial stage and then grew to the level of that. So how the journey went from 0 to 100, we need to analyze that, and the case studies help us get there, that what
Exactly.
to do and how to do.
Exactly. So, you may not have the similar situations, but scenarios are mostly same in business cases, which can be generalized to the other organizations, right? So case analysis actually help us in understanding what's happening in a real life situation, how things can be materialized. And I mean, we will always say that, especially say there are certain books or certain things which we say that ये कॉन्सेप्ट्स पढ़ो, टीचर्स क्लास में आके थ्योरी पढ़ाते हैं, एंड यू ऑलवेज फील कि यार ये थ्योरी क्या करनी है, ये तो जॉब में जाके काम ही नहीं आती है हमारे। ऐसा आपके बहुत सारे सीनियर्स भी आपको ऐसा कई बार बोलते होंगे कि ये सब थ्योरेटिकल कॉन्सेप्ट फालतू हैं, ये कहीं काम नहीं आते हैं। व्हेन वी आर इन वर्क वी हैव टू अप्लाई प्रैक्टिकली। बट गाइस, इफ यू डोंट नो दोस कॉन्सेप्ट्स, how will you apply them? How will you understand? Say for example, BCG matrix पढ़ा है आपने? Anyone? Or 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place, promotion पढ़ा है?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So you will say कि यार ये क्या है? You don't apply it when you're doing marketing this way. You may not directly apply it, but when as a part of a company, when you're analyzing, when you are making your strategies, all that you do is you work through these concepts. So if you don't understand these concepts, you even don't know where to form your strategies, how to apply it into the real-time situations. So their understanding of the concepts is very, very important. Right? It also helps you in improving your critical thinking and analytical ability, evaluate information, and of course, improve your written communication skills. Why you are asked to write case analysis? Just now when ma'am said that, you're going to have open book exams and there they're going to give you case. Now, the whole idea is with open book exams and case studies is that are you able to comprehend the theoretical concepts? Are you able to apply these theoretical concepts into a real life situation? That's what every employer today is looking for. कोई कंपनी जो आपको हायर करती है वो भी आजकल केस एनालिसिस देती है, सिचुएशन एनालिसिस देती है, and they just want to see how will you do this, how will you analyze the situation. आप इस सिनेरियो में होंगे तो क्या करोगे? A very simple example, if in an interview if they are asking you how will you sell a pen to this person, this is also a case, this is also a situation which they are asking you to analyze, and everybody is putting a different situation, assuming different pointers. That's what is analysis is all about, understanding of scenarios and situation. So it makes one understand, how do you think? Do you know how to structure those problems? Can you bring concepts into it? Do you get clarity? Otherwise, you are into an ambiguous world. You don't know what to do. But with a particular situation, you're absolutely clear what you want to do. You can form your views and opinions and you make recommendations. Have you seen a roadmap? Roadmap देखा है?
Yes, ma'am.
क्या काम आता है?
Ma'am, to help us go somewhere if we don't know the place where exactly it is.
Okay. Anyone else? Why
Ma'am,
do we
I
have?
would say it helps us in complete navigation to the
Mhm.
destination. So,
Absolutely. If you don't use if you don't know the place and you don't use the roadmap, what are the hurdles that you'll face on the way?
ma'am, we won't know about the obstacles that would come across the way. Plus, we won't know the time needed to traverse a particular path that we have taken if we don't
Mhm.
consider all the alternative paths for that
Absolutely.
destination.
Absolutely. What else?
Ma'am, before getting to the destination, we may get lost and reach somewhere else before finally reaching to where we are supposed to be.
Right. Also, you know how much time it will take, you know what are the resources needed. You may also know how many routes are there to reach to the destination, right? Because to reach to one particular place, it's not that there is only one route, right? There are multiple routes to reach to a place. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So you can always take a call. I can go by this route. I can go by that route, which is more suitable to my requirements based on my resources, my time constraints, everything. Roadmap gives you a clear understanding and idea to navigate your journey. Similarly, when you are analyzing a case, you need to have a complete roadmap at the back of your mind. When you have that roadmap, you are very crystal clear that this is a case and this is how I want to achieve to my solution. You getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's understand quickly few steps in analyzing case studies. One, it says that you need to gain an overview of the case, right? Let's say I've given you that case, fail, fail, and discount again. Is there anyone who, have you guys read the case? I'm sure it was not that boring.
Yes, ma'am. We have read.
You read
Yes,
it?
ma'am.
Can you quickly tell me in 2 lines what was the overview of the case? What was the case all about?
Ma'am, the case was about a restaurant named the Salad Bar, and their
Mhm.
customer named Rishi, who was
Mhm.
very keen to know about the different tastes and preferences. So, firstly, he ordered something that he wished, but it was not up to the expectations. So, he has given the feedback about how they have to change and perform according to the customer. Then again, by giving them another chance, he again ordered something. Then again, they have failed to to go up to the customer's expectations level, but the company was not able to reach the customer's satisfaction level. So,
Okay. Can you apply some concepts here? If you have to analyze that case, which concept you will use? Nobody is telling you. But what do you think? What all can be done? Which all different concepts can be applied in this scenario? And you are part of Salad Bar, let's say.
ma'am, a good communication channel can work,
Okay.
like, and the customer is giving feedback, so we can work according to the feedback given by the customer.
Mhm.
All the things that are missing, we can just add on and we can make it better.
Mhm. Or concepts socho. Don't get into the detailing. Only concepts. कौन से issues थे? There were HR issues, there were marketing issues, there were service issues, there were product issues. क्या issues थे?
Ma'am,
कौन से
there were
functional
product.
area जो हम MBA में बात करते हैं ना, हम MBA में different functional areas की बात करते हैं.
Yes, ma'am.
कौन से issues थे वो?
So, ma'am, there were product issues. Then there were service issues.
Ma'am,
HR issue था कोई?
I would add to it that there was organizational structural issue also, and
Right.
employee relationship issues that would come under human resource issue,
Right.
and customer relationship management issue was also there
Right.
that has feedback management flaws in it.
Right. So guys, one thing I would like to say that there could be one case which can be taught in all subjects. For example, if we talk about here, this particular case, you can teach it in service marketing class, you can teach in HR class, you can teach in marketing management class, you can teach in CRM class. Right? Are you getting my point? You can teach in training class, you can teach in communication class, because everywhere you're trying to look at it, different angles to it. So one is, whenever you're doing a case analysis, you need to understand you're doing it from which angle. So suppose if it is a marketing course and where this case has come for you to analyze, right? Of course, you're going to analyze it from a marketing perspective. If this case is an CRM class, you're going to analyze it from CRM perspective, right? If it is an HR class, of course, from HR and human behavior perspective, you're going to analyze it, right? It can even used in economics, you know, when you are talking about discounts. So one is you need to, that is why the concepts play a role. You need to understand which concepts I need to apply. Overall, अगर आपको उस केस में कोई भी इशू दिख रहा है, तो आप उसको एनालाइज नहीं करोगे when you are, because if you are into X department, you have to do the things from the perspective of that particular department, right? You don't have to do anything to what's going on in finance because you are a HR person. So when you are analyzing it, the first thing you need to do is give an overview of the case. The overview of the case should not be more than a paragraph, which should be ideally 5 to 7 lines, 100 to 150 words, but which should crystal clear give the problem in the case. Crystal clear identify the issue in the case. Right? Did you get it?
Yes,
Shall we
ma'am.
move on? Okay, then establish.
Just
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. Just one
Sure.
query from my side. Like whenever I try to approach a case, as you mentioned, overview should be of 6 to 7 lines. The problem that I face is with the detailings, like the name of the company or the name of the particular employees. And if the case is of 2-3 pages, it's fine. But if it goes more than that, then I have to look back, browse entire content, and then find those minor details to mention in the overview. How important is that, or can we skip a bit of it, focusing more on the broad overview, or like what should be the ratio?
Absolutely. When I'm, see, if it is a 20-page case and if I'm asking you to write in 120 words, imagine what all is to be covered. What will you cover in, because if it is a 20-page case, it is complete comprehensive details, right? Can I do that in 120 words? I cannot. So one is, in every case, there is something called protagonist. So in this particular case, who was the protagonist? Rishi, right? Who was the main character of the story?
Rishi,
right? The story was revolving around Rishi. There were more characters. When you're giving overview, you don't have to talk about them. You have to talk about the lead character of the case. That was Rishi. So you talk about Rishi, you talk about salad bar, you talk about Rishi and salad bar's dilemma, and that's it. You don't have to do, they had problem 5 times, every time what has happened, you know, how they reacted to it. No. In 2 statements, just explicitly explain what has happened. That's it. That's an overview. And in looking at that overview, you should ignite an interest in the reader, that I get more curious to understand what's going on further. You know, it should be that exciting. At the same time, it should give me clear understanding what is the problem, what is the scenario, what was this situation was all about. I don't, आप हम बुक में प्रीफेस पढ़ते हैं ना, आपने अपनी बुक देखी, कोई भी टेक्स्ट बुक उठा के देखो.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? आपका टेक्स्ट बुक का चैप्टर 30-40 पेज का है, लेकिन आगे प्रीफेस में उस चैप्टर को 1 पैराग्राफ में एक्सप्लेन किया हुआ होता है, which is more like in headers and pointers. That's it. That is precisely the overview of the case. And secondly, as I said, read first time like a story, second time more to comprehend things, underline important points if you wish to do that. But just don't see that in first go many times, lot of cases which is more factual, had lot of data, you may not able to comprehend in the first go. If it is more like a story like this, probably you can understand it in one go. I've used very simple case for today. But if you, let's say if you go by any of the Harvard cases, you will see that they have a lot of detailing, which requires a lot of time and attention. So it's always advisable that you underline those important aspects. Okay.
Sure,
Shall we
ma'am.
move
Thank
on?
you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you
So
so
then
much.
establish what had happened, specify the objectives. What had happened in the case? You know, if I look at it in this particular case, what was the objective? To understand that there was a service failure and service recovery issues. Or to understand the focus on quality in the food delivery business. Since it is clearly mentioned that salad bar was started with an intention to serve the quality salads and snacks to people, right? So, and then how do, when you're talking about that quality, that is part of the vision of the company, how do you do the assurance? They failed many times after giving assurance, right? They said, we'll call you, somebody will come to meet you tomorrow. Nobody went. They said, we'll call you. Nobody called. And then marketing teams write back to them saying, we give you more discount, right? So this is basically the failure of your quality assurance system. The customer is not looking for discount and you're offering him discount. Customer is looking for a product. And that leads to a bigger case beyond the company is, say, for example, you buy a product on Amazon. For example, yesterday I ordered an electronic toothbrush on Amazon and I get in return a brush worth 10 rupees. Okay, I ordered a 1200 rupees brush and I get a 10 rupees brush. Now, when I went and complained back to Amazon, Amazon said, please take refund. Is that what I'm looking for? Did I order to get the refund?
No, ma'am.
Right. So as a customer, will you be satisfied? You are okay that your money is safe. But I didn't, if I wanted my money to be safe, I would have not ordered in the first place. I wanted a solution, right? I wanted that toothbrush. So the toothbrush is important at that moment. So you are basically taking away that customer's assurance. You're taking away that customer's intention to purchase the product. Just by giving refund every time, you can't please your customer. That आपका पैसा मिल गया ना वापस, खुश रहो. It can work once, it can work twice, it cannot work always. And so this is not just applicable to the food service business, right? So when you're reading this case, the similar situation you can apply in any other similar scenarios of any other websites or e-commerce business or where people are purchasing their products. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
So the case also gives you a chance to get into that situation, be into the situation of protagonist. How would you feel? How would you react? What would be your point of view at that point of time? So it gives you a lot of food for thought and discussion. Any case analysis, if it is not generating discussion, or you're just coming dot on one single scenario or answer to it, probably you have not done justice in terms of analyzing it. Because there's no right or wrong answer for a business problem. Okay, then determine the causes. So in this particular
स्कूल में तो
case,
सामने बोलता है या फिर कुछ होता है ना, स्पीड रखनी पड़ती है यहाँ पे, तो अपनी स्पीड, मतलब इन दोनों की तो हैंडराइटिंग भी वो है, मेरे जैसे को लिखना हो तो लिखे ही.
Himanshu, can you please put yourself on mute? Yeah. So I was saying then determining the causes. So what are those causes? In this particular case, can you figure out why they had this failure of delivery? Why they could not meet the customer's expectation? What went wrong?
Ma'am, majorly the chef, Mr. Sanjay, was not focused on the customer's demand. He focused more on just giving him the service, not
Yes.
exactly
He
what
was more bothered
your
about
company-
finishing his job, right?
Yes, ma'am.
He's bothered about the customer's expectation. And then he was, at the same time, he wanted company to make profits. He was saying, this is worth this much. So I didn't want it to lose a customer. I don't want to give him a repeat piece because this is worth this much cost. Then he's not listening to his people in the team. There was no process in place. There was no quality check happening. Same person is doing everything together. Right? So all these issues were actually the causes. Now, one by one, try and analyze those causes when you are analyzing the case. Develop solutions for those causes. Exactly. Now, in this case, you're very clear what has to be done. Are you not sure what has to be done? These are peculiar issues which came, so they have to handle it. And then even if you have, like, when I'll ask you to sit in groups and you start working on it, you'll realize that there could be multiple solutions to it. Then try and analyze every solution and have maybe weightage or maybe ranking or prioritizing that this solution is first recommended, followed by second one and third one, right? This is very important, but which is your most important recommendation, you should always point it out. Then comes just all these points that I mentioned here. I have given detailing of it. So I'll share the presentation for your reference. I'm not getting into details about it. If you have any questions on this, you can always ask. I'll share the presentation so you don't have to note anything, don't worry. Some of the errors that comes when you are analyzing it, you don't understand and accept the facts of the case. Also, I think another bigger problem these days is Google. Everybody try and go Google and find out the solutions for it or want to see what has happened. But believe me, if case is written in 2013, you have to analyze understanding the scenario in 2013. You don't have to go out of the case to explore things, because case studies are given to your analytical and logical judgment. So you don't have to look at what's happening currently and try and get into it. Get into that particular scenario and analyze. Though all these days, what we all try to do is give the latest cases so that you can relate to it pretty well. But please understand the facts of the case and don't go beyond the facts of the case. You don't have to assume beyond a certain point when you are analyzing. Whatever is given in the case, you are analyzing that particular situation only. Many times we don't explain exactly what the problem are and why they've occurred. As I said, understanding the root causes of problem. Making unwanted assumptions to try to simplify the case, not required. Please, please don't do that. And that's what most of the students do. Sticking to generalities, such as they must try to improve communication. Or one common answer I get from most of the students, they should spend money on advertising. Wow. As if the company doesn't know that they should spend money on advertising. Do you think it's the right recommendation to offer? What should be the right recommendation in that scenario when you feel that the company should spend money on advertising?
Talking about the particular case, the company does not need to spend much on advertising, as it was stated clearly that the company has a reputation in market. They are well known about and being suggested by some of the fellow workmates.
That's okay. But since I'm talking about making such generalized statements, when many times when we are analyzing, we give the solution as, you come across the problem and you realize people are not aware about the brand in the market, and you say they should spend time in, advertising. Now, please understand, I'm sure the company must also be aware that they should advertise. What company is looking for? How should they advertise? Where should they advertise? What type of advertisement they should do? Do they have bandwidth to do those things? So your solution should be backed by logic and action plan. That's analysis. Analysis is not saying that, you are wrong. You need to tell me why I am wrong. What are the reasons for I being wrong? and how can I make self correct from being wrong? That is analysis. Are you getting it, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Not integrating the various points into a preferred solution. It has to be a very comprehensive solution, taking care of various aspects. Applying theories and concepts is very, very important, right? Seeking ways, like, trying to solve a problem. See, for example, any organization says that, let's say an HR issue, HR comes every day morning and tell to the boss that, no employees are coming on time, and boss said, fire them. Is that a solution?
No.
Because everybody is supposed to come on time. In their appointment letter, we have mentioned that, everybody should come on time to the office. But nobody is coming on time, so fire them. Is that a solution? What should be the ideal solution when you are analyzing such situation?
First of all, the causes that why they are coming late should be identified.
Right, exactly. So if there are 10 people, I'm sure 10 of them will have different reasons for coming late. So HR should actually go down and understand all 10 of them one to one, then break their problems and see what problems can be sorted out at what level, how many of them are genuine, how many of them are not genuine. You do that complete comprehensive analysis and then gives your recommendation. You'll not just by like that say that fire them all, right? So when you are analyzing, again, you give that your action plan that HR should move ahead in this way. That's what the real analysis is all about, right? Okay, there are a lot of types of cases. There are cases which is based on decision. There are comparison or contrast cases. There are some brand product demonstrations. There are some strategy which has been implemented by organization. There is an individual's perspective or company perspective cases. You get an exam like summary cases or open close-ended cases. Open-ended cases are like there are no questions. Like I've given you case, I've not given you any questions, but the last paragraph specifies what he's thinking. There are close-ended cases which you generally get in exams where the teacher also gives you the questions to answer. So let's look at it. How should we tackle such cases? Okay. Also, one more thing, when you are analyzing case, don't try to say, I believe. Many times students write, I believe. No, it's not your belief or opinion. Okay. This is whatever you are giving a solution, which is based on the scenario and situation. Anybody, if it would be your situation, will do something similar. It's not that you are doing like this. Okay. So it's very, very important that you don't bring personal opinions and judgment into analysis. Also, don't try to praise or bias with the organization. So many times what happens when organizations, they are so good and they can't do something wrong. So don't be biased and don't be personal opinionated when you are analyzing your case study. Okay, I'll give you a few ideas. This is how you can do the analysis, even in exams or other scenarios. There are different ones. Whichever one you like, you can use it. So first scenario says, investigate and analyze the company's history and growth, identify the SWOT, gather information about kind of environment, have your findings, talk about their business strategies, corporate strategies, have your implementation plans and recommendation. This is one way of doing it. This is more about a detailed business case, which generally is like 20, 25, 30 pages with annexures. So in that scenario, you do a complete comprehensive analysis from business level, company level strategy, implementations, recommendation, etc. Second scenario talks about summaries of the facts presented, 1 to 2 paragraphs. Then analysis. Problem will automatically come into summary. Then you're talking about analysis of problem, providing recommendations of solution to the problem in the order of priority. You'll say, this is my option number 1, this is my option number 2. Then explore alternative solutions with reference to the various theoretical frameworks. And finally, you give recommendations. When you're giving recommendation, you will also mention that agar ye kiya, to kya ho sakta hai. For example, I write a case study about JECRC University social media pages. Okay. Now you're giving a recommendation that these are the changes that you should do in social media. Now you are not just doing that, you are going one step ahead and mentioning doing these changes will bring what glory to social media of JECRC. So, you are analyzing it to a greater extent. You're not just recommending, you're also seeing with that what kind of business changes will happen, right? You are one step ahead in that direction. This could be one way of analyzing your cases. Idea number 3 is very simple: problem analysis recommendation. That's it. Clearly and concisely state the problem that has to be solved. Analysis, detailed, identifying issues, evaluate options, and finally the recommendation. So based on different situation requirements, you may choose your way of presenting. If it is an exam-based case where teacher is giving you, let's say, a 1-page situation with 3 questions to answer, still I would suggest first write a brief summary of the case, whichever has come, 1 paragraph, then write clearly your problem statement and start solving the questions. And in the end, general comprehensive analysis and recommendation you should give apart from the questions. Don't see, also understand when you are analyzing, especially from exam perspective, everybody is analyzing the same case. How would you put yourself different than others if you want teachers to give you better marks? They would like to see how much you are thinking beyond a particular limit, Okay. How many of you know how to make a tea? चाय बनाना तो सबको आता है?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
कैसे बनाते हो चाय बताओ? मुझे नहीं आता है क्योंकि मैं चाय पीती नहीं हूँ, तो मुझे आता नहीं है. कौन बताएगा?
Ma'am, first we boil water.
Okay.
Then we add milk, then
Where
sugar.
do you boil water? You don't take a utensil?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay. Then add sugar.
Then whatever you like ginger, or we can add ginger to it. And then
Okay.
at the end, when it gets a boil, we can just add tea leaves to it and then
Okay.
strain it.
Okay. So your tea is ready? Very
Yes,
nice.
ma'am.
Anybody else? Come on. Those who are not speaking, they don't know how to make a tea. Then I can make a statement. Students at JECRC don't know how to prepare a tea. Can I? Can I make it viral that you don't know how to make a tea?
With me, it depends on the time at hand and my mood and everything. So,
Okay.
like,
So how do
process
you do
changes
that?
as per that.
Your process
Like,
also changes. Okay.
Yeah. So if
Very
I'm
nice.
short of time, I'll put
Mhm.
everything at once: tea leaf,
Uh-huh.
sugar, milk, plus water, and I'll
Okay.
put it to boil.
Okay.
And if I have enough time, I'll first boil water a bit, then I'll add sugar and tea leaf. Then again, I'll give it a boil, then add milk, then boil it for like 1-2 minutes and then strain it. So it depends.
Interesting. Anyone else who has a different and interesting way of making tea? Come on.
Tea bags, I think, could be another level of solution.
Right. But case analysis की क्लास में चाय बनाने का क्या कनेक्शन है? है कोई कनेक्शन?
Ma'am, maybe these are the different ways to solve or analyze the case studies.
Right. Ultimately सब बनाते तो चाय ही हो.
I'm adding right things on the right time.
right? Have you seen when you make your morning tea, generally the taste is always same. Rest of the day, the taste may differ. Also, all of you have a different ways of drinking tea, but you all want a tea. So there's no right or wrong answer for it. So when you are analyzing a case, आप बोलोगे कि मैंने तो ऐसा किया, मैंने तो ऐसा किया, मेरा सही आंसर क्या है? There's no right or wrong answer because it's all situations and scenario based. What works in one situation may not work in other situation, right? So that's exactly like preparing a tea. There's no right or wrong answer, but the more detailing, more depth you get into it, more root cause of the problems you identify and come up with a solution with a logic and implementation plan is an fruitful analysis. Can you see few frameworks I just randomly thought of and listed? There are a lot of frameworks in every course that you study. I recommend that identify 8-10 frameworks from every course. इनमें से कितने जानते हो आप और कोई ऐसे हैं जो नहीं जानते हो आप?
And SWOT analysis is something I know.
Okay. और Porter's model नहीं मालूम?
Porter's, I
ma'am,
think it is more applied to international business side, not
international
very
business.
sure.
Porter's 5 forces is for industry. So अगर आपका कोई भी केस आता है, suppose healthcare industry, telecom industry, pharmaceutical industry, FMCG, you should apply Porter's 5 forces model, which is about industry analysis. 4C is in marketing. 4P is in marketing. Contribution, profit analysis, business में देख रहे हैं कितना profit हुआ, कितना loss हुआ, वो सबके लिए. Value chain, again strategy के लिए. SWOT, learning curve क्या है, synergize कैसे कर रहे हैं दो departments आपस में, product life cycle कैसे है. मतलब कई सारे frameworks हैं जो आपने हर केस में, हर subjects में पढ़े होंगे. All you need to do is identify those important 7-8 frameworks in every course. So that when you are analyzing case, you are sure, अच्छा मुझे ये apply करना है, ये यहाँ लग सकता है, ये नहीं लगेगा, ठीक है? जैसे कि कोई भी business case है, सब उसमें बात करते हैं, कोई नया business start किया, सब पूछते हैं भैया तुम्हारी fixed variable cost कितनी होगी, break even कब achieve होगा company का. Environmental analysis, we do pestle analysis. Segmentation, targeting, positioning क्या है, you know? So you should have those case frameworks ready. You should know in every subject कि ये 7-8 framework हैं जो important है और ये कभी भी पूछ लिए जाते हैं. तो एग्जाम में कैसा भी केस किसी भी सब्जेक्ट में आए, you can do it. कोई और कुछ नहीं चाहिए आप. You should be very thorough with these frameworks. This is not a comprehensive list. I just randomly picked a few and written here. You getting my point? Guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
So this is like one case I tried to give you. Let me tell you what are the questions that we posed in this particular case. Where did the salad bar go wrong? Was Rishi more demanding than an average customer? सारे कस्टमर ऋषि जैसे ही होते हैं. कंपनी को जब कोई भी स्ट्रैटेजी बनानी है तो वो क्या सोचेगी? Is every customer like Rishi?
Ma'am, basically the customer can be like Rishi because everyone wants what they order. They know.
Agreed.
They want.
But how
that
many people will complain? तो कंपनी क्या सोचती है, कई सिनेरियो में ऐसा सोचती है, which was Amazon's initial strategy, that ki out of 10 customers who had issues, only 2 complained, and out of 2 people, if we give them generic answers, you saw that initially when they replied to email, they were standard emails, right? There was a standard email template which has been designed to send to every customer, and you apply to whichever company with complaint. The first email that you get from them is a standard email, right? So same thing has happened. So now as a company, one need to understand कि customer की complaint तो आ रही है, पर इस तरह की difficult customer complaints कितनी आ रही है. तो many companies many times plan and strategize कि अच्छा ऐसे difficult customer 6 महीने में एक आता है, तो इसके लिए strategy बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है. इस डिफिकल्ट कस्टमर को केस बाय केस हैंडल कर लेंगे. अदरवाइज वी हैव ए जेनरिक स्ट्रैटेजी. ऐसे डिफिकल्ट कस्टमर अगर आपको रोज आ रहे हैं, देन यू नीड अ स्ट्रैटेजी. सो अगेन इट्स ए वेरी स्पेसिफिक सिचुएशन एनालिसिस कि मुझे केस बाय केस डील करना है या फिर मुझे सारे कस्टमर को इसी स्ट्रैटेजी से ट्रीट करना है. ओके. Then there was a question, what is service recovery? What kind of service recovery mechanism did Salad Bar can use? What should Salad Bar do to reduce the cases of service failures? What should Salad Bar do?
Ma'am, it
focus-
should.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Abhishek.
Ma'am, it should focus more on delivering the customer what they have promised to deliver.
Right.
Ma'am, also I think they should improve their process, like from the order intaking to preparations, like where the chef didn't even know whether he had ingredients or not. So operations failure was a big point over there. So considering it a startup, we should not be expecting too much for a very huge process setup, but at least they should initiate on that part, because service industry basically runs on the process. And
But
it's
why
quality.
considering a startup we should not expect too much? Are they not charging money?
Yes,
As a
ma'am, but I
customer,
think they.
as a customer, are you going to give them that benefit of doubt because you are paying the same amount of money or probably more than that, right? If I'm paying a 450 rupees for a sandwich, don't I expect that what I'm looking for? And when you have already given me detailing about the ingredients which is going to be there in my sandwich, why should I not expect? I have all the reasons to expect. So in a way, what companies should do is they should not scale up if they think they cannot manage it, or they should not offer so many product variants if they are not able to manage with the kind of ingredients available to them. Don't you think it should be the other way around? मैंने अपना portfolio तो बढ़ा दिया कि I have 100 different types of sandwich, but I don't have ingredient at the back to offer to the customer because कभी कोई आता है. और otherwise अगर ingredient नहीं है तो product book ही नहीं होना चाहिए था. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
they have to work on complete process. They are running a startup without a process. So the entire process has to be built up. The quality assurance mechanism step by step has to be devised. So when you are analyzing this case, you'll give them that step by step method and you will tell, अच्छा आप सिर्फ अपना step by step plan ही नहीं बताएंगे, हर step पे को implement करने से क्या होगा. That's an excellent analysis anybody would look for. अगर आपने आप step by step method बता के छोड़ दिया तो आपने 70% analysis किया है, लेकिन उसका implementation plan और उसका outcome भी बताया, that is an 100% detailed analysis which any teacher would love to read or any company or any boss would love to hear from you. You know, giving ideas and suggestions are very, very easy. Everybody loves to give it, those advices. But boss looks for those individual in organization who know to implement those ideas, who know what will be the outcome of implementing these ideas. You know, they're looking for those visionaries. So case analysis is exactly like that, where you go beyond that level. You know, you just don't stop yourself into the half of the way. You go beyond that and do that detailing. If you do that, you have win the battle. And once you start doing analysis to that extent, most of the problems get resolved and you can identify the upcoming problems automatically before even facing them in reality. You know, that is why those deeper understanding helps. हम आर्किटेक्ट के पास भी जाते हैं, घर का नक्शा बनवाते हैं ना, ड्राइंग्स बनाता है आर्किटेक्ट.
Yes, ma'am.
आर्किटेक्ट की ड्राइंग्स बनने के बाद भी हम उसमें चेंजेस करते रहते हैं. दैट्स लाइक अ ब्लूप्रिंट.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
बनाया आपने सपोज प्लम्बिंग की ड्राइंग्स बनाई, आपने इलेक्ट्रिकल ड्राइंग्स बनाई, बट अब आपको कुछ फिटिंग करने के बाद लग रहा है नहीं अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, देन यू गो बैक टू आर्किटेक्ट एंड यू गेट दोस चेंजेस. So first thing is, yes, you've taken the first step by identifying that you have to make a drawing. Now once you make those drawings, integration of those drawings with each other is equally important. Otherwise, it may not give you the right result. So that blueprint is case analysis. And that requires deeper understanding of it. जितने अच्छे से आप उसको समझोगे, जितनी बार आप उसमें deep dive करोगे, you will understand it clearly. Then there was a question about what lessons can a food startup draw from this case, right? So as I said, start with less, but focus on quality. However, lean is a team. The credo of business should not be compromised. When you're putting about your vision and mission statement of the company, your actually entire business gets driven out of it. So it should not be compromised at any cost. Then they are talking about internal communication. You all said that internal communication should be robust and seamless in any organization, while it was not that good, right? They had very poor internal communication. Like one guy told other, send somebody tomorrow or make call, but they forgot to do it because they had an audit. Internally, they are not checking things with each other. Marketing team is not aware and is sending an email to an angry customer without even understanding what he's looking for. So there's no sync within the each department is another problem. This is not just a problem relevant to this particular case. This could be a problem to any organization, right? So that's a lesson which I can draw from the case and I can use it in any business scenario, that there always has to be a strong internal communication and sync with two different departments within the organization, right? Then it is also talking about internal training of staff members. It's talking about reckless discounting and coupons as a strategy do not work all the time. So a lot of brands are trying to do that they use discount as a strategy. Now, if you look at this particular case, there could be a lot of discussion about discount as a policy. There could be so much of discussion around it. And then how this particular scenario can be applied by organization in their business case, right? So I can ask you that, can you put the similar situation in other scenario, right? Any other questions? That's all from my side.
Ma'am, if time permits, just one last question from my side.
Sure. I have no issues.
Ma'am, in the middle of discussion, as you mentioned, that beyond a point of time, we should not think beyond the scope of the case. Now, this particular case is very much relatable to current scenario where food techs and food deliveries are there in market.
Correct.
Now, suppose one case we were having in our classroom regarding Lakme beauty salon. So it was on, like the question was, how you think should Lakme beauty salon should expand? What should be its expansion strategies? Now, while analyzing that case, every time it comes into mind the current situation of Lakme in the
That's
market.
okay. So that will always be dependent upon what is the expectation out of the case. So they're talking about expansion plan, right? So of course you will do it looking at the current times. But say, let's say if it is about a particular decision they have to take during this particular scenario. So it should be restricted to that case in point and time. Many times, I mean, I use a very old case of 1992 in a classroom. So people will say 92 ka case you are using in a 2021 in a classroom. Does that make sense? How much year old? Almost 30 years old. 30-year-old case, can it be relevant in today's scenario? You would say no. I would say yes. Why? Because I want you to understand X aspects which is relevant to that particular context. Say, for example, there is a lady and she's living into a rural area and there are certain issues and she wants her daughter to get married, but she doesn't have enough money. She wants to start a new business. But within those due constraints of that village, can you help her in starting a new business? Now, there's no point going beyond the case, facts and details, and analyzing the particular case. Now, with this particular case, I want to teach you the concepts of financial management, project management, and decision making. So what I want to teach out of the case, or what I want to analyze out of the case, does not permit me to go beyond the case facts. But if it is clearly asking about what should be their expansion plan, of course, you will talk about doing it into the looking at the current scenario. But otherwise, you should restrict your thinking to the case. Historical cases, again, you restrict to the particular case. Say, for example, COVID is going on. Now, now you read a case of SARS, or what was happened that it was another pandemic, some other pandemic, and you're analyzing the case of that, right? So what they did in that pandemic, you should look at and restrict your thought to that, because those things you can't undermine using today's context and scenario. So it's always advisable that you, what they did in that scenario, and in that particular situation and constant, what should have been done. या कोई डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट का केस है, कोई प्रॉब्लम हुई, मैगी को कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुई, उस टाइम पे मैगी ने क्या किया, हम वो समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. मैगी को आज के सिनेरियो के हिसाब से क्या करना चाहिए था, वी आर नॉट एनालाइजिंग इट. हाउ मैगी हैंडल्ड दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम ऑफ डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट व्हेन मैगी वाज बैंड इन द मार्केट. वी आर ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. So there is no point that you analyze what is happening today. Right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Any other questions, doubts? I'll be happy to answer. I try to keep it very short and crisp. Anyone? Any other questions?
He kind of writing out lots of cases outside or what is other
Jyoti, can't hear you.
see what I'm asking, if anybody has any doubt in regards to the case solving, sometimes what happens, case comes and we are clueless. Now to the concept of behavior. Now it's very very and we are don't know anything what to do. What we should do. Because as when I was doing MBA, we have seen the same situation, and now these guys also solve this problem. हो सकता है नहीं पढ़ा हो उस concept के लिए, हो सकता है कुछ नहीं हमें समझ में आ रहा है, cases crazy हो सकता है. There's no question written on this, like your case. Nothing was written on this. So what is the best way to solve this? Because it is open-ended. There is no question to answer. So what we should try and realize that at least the case is solved from their side. This is a general question. I think everybody must be having, but would have courage to answer.
That is what I was saying. So if you have not read the case, you don't know what's going to come. The best way is, you know, at least the approach of solving a case. So whatever case comes from whichever brand it has come, doesn't matter. Another thing is you are aware about the concepts in the course. Generally, any teacher, any faculty will use any of those 8-10 important concepts from the course. If you're aware about those 8-10 concepts, you know how to apply them to the course. Thirdly, write a brief paragraph about the case, which is a scenario, write problem statement. If you have questions, answer those questions and write your final analysis and recommendation. So even if it is exam, I mean, I used to be very happy when there used to be cases in the exams, because you don't have to study for those exams. You know, there are no direct theoretical questions, and actually nobody's asking you to, find those theories. You know those theories, and now you know how to implement. And as I said, there's no right or wrong answers. This is my way of looking at it. But nobody should be able to challenge you that whatever you are talking is bullshit, because, you know, you haven't gone through a logic. If you have a logic, no, me, Jyoti ma'am, anybody cannot challenge you, because you have your solution backed by a logic. She may not even looked at it from this particular perspective, what you have given in your answer, right? So using those theoretical constructs and a structured approach, you can always win writing analysis. Did I answer your question? Anyone else has any other doubts or questions? I mean, read business scenarios, which comes to you. These days, newspapers are filled up with scenarios. Every day you hear something. Like yesterday, there was, I think, social media day. And, Paytm came up with a very excellent advertisement where, the boss and social media manager are talking. Boss said, you did not posted anything on social media today. It's a social media day. So he said, oh, I'm sorry, I've forgotten about it. What should I do? So he said, post anything. And that's how they're chatting. And they posted it actually on the social media. And, it became a moment marketing and everybody started talking about Paytm suddenly. Now that's a scenario. So what should you do on such topical days? That could be a part of business strategy. Keep reading about it and see how brands react to it. That's all analysis is all about. Bringing your practical examples and exposure into, the current situation. Anyone else has any other questions? All right. So thank you so much. I had fun, talking to all of you. Some of you had really pertinent questions, and I'm sure I could do a little bit justice to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This was a very interactive and informational session for all of us, being an MBA student. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
So now I would like Dr. Ruchi Goyal to present the vote of thanks, please.
Thank you so much, Suti. A very good morning to one and all present. On behalf of JCRC University and Department of Management, I would like to thank Dr. Sheenu for accepting our invitation for today's session and also enlightening a student on such a very, very important topic such as case study. Ma'am, you have beautifully explained everything, every minute detail regarding the case studies, the various types, how to resolve it, and so many things which is must for a management student. Ma'am, in JCRC University, we believe 360-degree development of all our students. For this, we've been time and again organizing various industrial visits, seminars, guest lectures, case study sessions as well, because this not only integrates their theoretical knowledge with the practical exposure, which is very much required for our today's session. Also, this empowers the students in developing the much required skill set for a management student. Madam, your presence today has not only enlightened our students, but has also added to their skill set. I believe that this session will give our students the wings, the strength, the opportunities to soar high in sky. I would also like to thank Dr. Jyoti Jain and her team for organizing such an insightful session for all of us. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Jyoti ma'am, and thank you all dear students. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jyoti, for inviting me. It was really a pleasure being here. Thank you.
Thank you all of you. Thank you, Dean.
Can we have a group pic?
Yes. Can I ask everybody to please show your cute faces, fresh faces in this morning to have a good pic? Those who are keeping themselves on a camera off mode to save the data, just a minute would take, and we will have a good pic. Everybody, it is requested to everyone. Please, just show your faces. Yes, we know that you are attending it from your houses, your home, from your quarters. No problem. We just want your fresh faces. Thanks, Naveen, Arvaz. And meanwhile, we are having the group pic. I thank everybody. I thank Dr. Sheenu for taking such a good session for us. I hope the students are really benefited for them and they will look forward for such a more session. I also thanks Dr. Renu Parikh ma'am, Dean Management, for allowing me to have this session. I also thanks Dr. Ruchi Goyal ma'am that taking the time out of such a busy schedule that she has there and listening to us throughout it. And I also thanks Alina to moderate the session so beautifully. And obviously the students, which is the audience of this case study analysis need a thanks from my side, because they sit so patiently and they were listening so actively. So thanks to everybody for attending the session, and we hope we look for more such sessions from Dr. Sheenu. I hope she would not deny in future also. So with this,
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you.
thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Right. With this, let
Thank
me
you,
come
ma'am.
to end this session over here only with the hope note that we'll meet again once. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.